Starring, of course, Shiri's here.
Shiri, a day like today, I don't know.
It is hot out there.
It's humid, it's sticky. It's
yeah, yesterday felt like Florida here.
Yeah.
You know, with the humidity, it was just, the air was heavy, man.
So I tried to exercise in my basement yesterday. I was just like
drenched.
Yeah, it's just like it's nasty outside. So kind of looking forward to a little temperature drop after today. So we've got a weather alert today. It's twofold. We've got heat and humidity back in place, but this time we're also looking at hit or miss thunderstorms that will produce some localized flooding in the afternoon. So morning hours are pretty quiet for a lot of us. Again, it's kind of soupy. 74 Boston, 72 in Worcester. We've had a few showers down across the Cape and the Islands. They are not going to last long. Your most active time today is really going to be afternoon and evening. You can see temperatures get up near 90 degrees. The heat index is going to be probably 5-6 degrees on top of that. And then during the evening commute and dinner time tonight, we have that threat for flooding and for thunderstorms. That threat is going to peak afternoon into evening again, but not everybody is going to get a storm because it is going to be relatively hit or miss. I'll be back with a look at the full timeline with Futurecast to keep you prepared.
The potential for some downpours today.
Yeah, so that's going to be probably the biggest concern in the forecast today. Live look outside. You know, it's looking maybe a little gloomy, a little hazy, a little humid in Boston right now, and that drive into Boston is going to feature temperatures in the 70s headed to the 80s shortly. We'll probably see some breaks in the clouds this morning, but the afternoon is all about the hot, humid weather and scattered storms. Now, today's storms are going to be scattered, not widespread, but where they hit, they will hit hard and be high impact because of the heavy rainfall. Then after today, it turns cooler, cloudy. We've got a couple spot showers Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, but all of those days run mostly dry, so you can, plan on getting outside at times. The weekend also looks okay right now. So weather pattern that we're tracking today. This is actually the remnant here of what was Tropical Storm Chantal, making landfall in South Carolina on Sunday. It's no longer a tropical system, but there's still a lot of tropical moisture that is attached to that. We've got a slow-moving front that then dips in, and during the day today interacts with this warm, humid air and is going to trigger some of those storms that we were talking about. So there's not a lot to break down now. Cape and Islands might see a couple more isolated showers over the next hour or so, but the real event is going to take off after about 2 o'clock this afternoon. So evening commute will feature hit or miss storms. Again, where they hit hard. So we're looking at the potential for some localized flooding to get you home from work today and through dinner time. In fact, even overnight tonight, you can see that we have a couple potent storms still out there. As we slide into your Wednesday plans, maybe a spot shower early or late in the day, but most of the time it's going to be dry. Highs will also be in the 90s today, 70s tonight, still kind of humid. And tomorrow, I've got 70s at the beaches, lower 80s inland. So temperatures definitely taking a little bit of a break Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Like I said, it is going to be cooler, but it's not going to be perfect, right? We still have like a couple sprinkles or showers each day. Saturday and Sunday, I'll take you back into the 80s.
And Shiri, it is just hot and muggy out there.
It is. It is. At least we've got a little sun in Worcester, waking up this morning to some partly cloudy skies over Polar Park. It is 72 degrees right now. So 70s, it's warm, it's humid across Massachusetts. Temperatures this afternoon set to roll into the upper 80s or even lower 90s in most spots. You get some breaks in the clouds early today, but afternoon hours are expected to be mostly cloudy and stormy in spots as well. There's your highs around 90 degrees in the greater Boston area, some 80s down on the Cape and the Islands. Sadly, all of us dealing with tropical humidity, so I don't have improvements until tomorrow. And honestly, temps improve tomorrow. Humidity stays really high for the rest of the week. Right now, I don't have a lot of rain to break down. If you're waking up on Nantucket, it's going to be a little soggy still, but we do have this threat for some severe thunderstorms this afternoon. It's an increasing threat as you go from light to dark green to yellow, so the worst of it is going to be off towards south and our west. But when we start talking about severe thunderstorms, the potential we're looking at today is going to be for maybe a little bit of wind damage. My bigger concerns will be lightning and localized flooding, with the potential being really high for some some pockets of torrential, slow-moving rain this afternoon. You could see that the chances are going to increase as we roll through the evening. So after 2 p.m., you really need to start being just aware of the weather situation outside. I would check the Boston 25 weather app before you hit the road for the evening commute. Chief Meteorologist Kevin Lemanowitz is going to be tracking some downpours at 5 p.m. and probably through the evening hours out there. Even at 10 o'clock tonight, you can see there are still some pockets of heavy rain expected. It's quite hit or miss. Not everybody gets a storm out there today, but again, where we get them, they're high impact. Few showers early tomorrow, and during the afternoon, maybe a couple more pop-ups. Most of your Wednesday plans will be dry, and that's a pattern that we're going to repeat for the rest of the week. Highs in the 70s, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, mostly cloudy, humid with a few spot showers each day. Humidity forecast, I can't promise it's going to be like tremendously better, but we go from tropical dew points in the mid 70s today to dew points. Like I need a shower. Like I feel like I have this film on my skin.
It's just sticky.
I know.
Like if you had a piece of paper, it would just go on your arm. And you,
yeah, the paper would be like flopping.
Yeah.
You know, everything feels wilted,
Yeah.
including me.
Of course.
Shiri, the heat, humidity, I'm not sure I'm loving it.
No, I mean, it's really muggy outside. It's about as bad as it gets for humidity here in New England. In this time, some of that moisture is going to feed into downpours and thunderstorms this afternoon as well. So when we talk about our weather alert, it's for heat and humidity similar to yesterday, but it's also for the potential for localized flooding. And I do want to stress the word localized. It is not going to be widespread. It is not going to be everywhere. Right now, we've got foggy, kind of murky weather down on the Cape and the Islands, 79 in Boston, 80 in Norwood, 77 in Worcester, with some breaks in the clouds. In the morning hours will be the best today. Afternoon gets really hot. You can see it's going to be near 90 degrees with developing storms. And the later into the afternoon we go, the better the chance that you've got some storms around. The reason it's not 100% in the greater Boston area is because of the hit or miss nature of those storms. There will be storms on radar. It's just not going to impact all of you. Kelly?